So gracecare.com, promo code Amber.
You are listening to the Amber May Show, and now we return to the show already in progress.
Understand what it does to a population. But one of the things, Amber, that I do want to make sure that I get off my chest is you guys have the power to go out there and lay hands on people and to be able to heal people and to be able to spread this good news that there are companies out there and there's shows like yours that are putting the truth out there. I truly do believe that John, God, please forgive me if I get this wrong. I think it was John 14:12, where Jesus had said to the disciples, he said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, all of the works that I've done, you can do, and even greater works, because I got to go be with my papa." He's like, I'm going back to be with my father, right? So I think there's a very good reason why 11 of those 12 disciples were killed in a horrible fashion. And even not John the Baptist, but even John was sent off to Patmos to die, and they had boiled him alive in oil or water, and he still survived. But they did not want that word getting out there. They're like, we can't have 600,000 Jesuses out there spreading the word and healing people. We can't allow that to happen. And our freedom and our healing comes from Jesus. That I 100% believe. And I know for a fact that the more that people become their own doctors, and I'm not saying MDs, PhDs, NDs, a doctor of understanding that what you put in your body and the way that we take care of our house is absolutely beautiful. You know, I had a guy yesterday, and it really, at first it made me mad, but then it made me smile and laugh. A guy told me, he goes, Michael, you're the Elon Musk of the Maha movement. And I was like, I was taken back, but then I was like, you know what? That's a privilege, because I do believe that making America healthy again, it starts with our home. It starts with you.
Oh, yeah.
It starts with Amber May being a mama bear, watching what her child is eating, watching the food that they're drinking. You teach your child growing up, if you can't pronounce the ingredient that's in that food, probably don't want to buy it.
And going back to fluoride, so we recently had our 6-month check with the dentist, right? And I told the dentist, do not put fluoride on my kids' teeth. And the assistant said, well, the ADA says this amount is fine. It won't harm you. I'm like, okay, so here's my cup of water right here. Let me just put a drop of poison in it. And let's say, Michael, you're at my house. I said, well, it's just a drop. It's not going to kill you. Would you drink it, even though it's just like a drop of poison?
Not at all.
No, I wouldn't put like a drop of fluoride in there and then drink it. And I wouldn't put a drop of like what do they call it? The thing that they embalm dead people with. I wouldn't
formaldehyde.
Thank you. Because they put that in shots. They put formaldehyde in shots. I wouldn't put a drop of mercury, which they put in shots. I wouldn't put a drop of mercury and drink it. It's not going to kill you. It's just a drop. Why do we accept that from the government? Why do we accept that?
I don't think I'm ever going to understand it. I don't think you're ever going to understand it, because it's just so mind-boggling. It's like if I came to visit you, Amber, and I'm like, listen, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I want to take you out to the local Okeechobee Steakhouse, and I want to get you a grass-fed, grass-finished beef. But by the way, there's a little bit of aluminum, a little bit of mercury. They put a tab of fluoride salt and a little bit of formaldehyde cracked pepper on the top. You know, there's a 1% chance that you might have a reaction and it might kill you, but the inside of that meat is really, really juicy. No parent would be like, no, if there's aluminum in my kid's chicken nuggets, I'm not giving it to them. But yet we're injecting it inside of children. We're giving the children shots for diseases that can only be contracted through sharing a needle or having an orgy in the back of the NICU. And it's like, let's give them, hepatitis shots within 12 hours of being born. And it's absolutely mind-boggling. And you have to ask yourself, how have we got so numb to understand? Okay, Japan, Switzerland, South Korea, what do they all have in common? They have the longest life expectancy of any country in the world. The United States, the most heavily vaccinated and the most pharmaceutically consumed nation in the world. You would think that we'd be living to be 180 with the amount of pills that we're taking. We're not even in the top 20%. We're not even in the top 30. In the next 5 years, we're not even going to be in the top 50% of life expectancy. And if that doesn't scare the CRAP out of you, then I don't know what will. They've got it completely wrong. And I pray to God that there is a flood in this country of health and wellness, because that's what it's going to take. God said that he would never flood the earth again. But I pray that Trump and RFK, I hope they really flood, because everything from the ground up has to be rebuilt, and it has to be rebuilt quickly.
So I hope people will take this show and just really think when they say, oh, the government said this is fine, this little bit is fine. If you think a little bit of poison is fine, then continue doing it. I believe in freedom of choice if that's what you want to do. But if you came to my house and I told you I just put a drop of whatever, name your poison, bleach, formaldehyde, mercury, whatever it is, and you wouldn't drink it, then let that sit in to why you're allowing the government to do that to you. Let that sit in.